Previously on Big Brother 5, the 13 house guests entered the Big Brother house for the first time.
Gorgeous!
Unaware of the shocking twist that awaited them.
Two house guests are related by blood, and amazingly, they have no idea of this connection.
The house guests chose their bedrooms, and they had a chance to get to know each other.
I'm Jennifer, but I prefer to be called Nokomis.
Soon, they were faced with their first food competition. And an enticing offer.
10 grand for you, or a variety of food for the house.
Lori's decision
I'm gonna take the money.
left the house guests on PB&J for the week.
I was pretty pissed off about having peanut butter and jelly for a week.
Alliances were formed.
I'm down, right here.
House guests were targeted.
Who do you think would be first?
Nokomis.
Thomas, yeah.
And Michael discovered the impact Project DNA would have on his life.
I have never met my real father. What's your dad's name?
It's Arthur Guy Dedmond.
Okay. Boom.
Learning he had a sister in the house, Michael chose not to reveal it.
It could hurt me.
The race for power began. In a test of endurance, Jace won the first head of household competition. But not all were happy for him.
Everyone is threatened by the Jace-Scott alliance.
Michael found the courage to reveal his startling discovery to Jennifer.
We have the same father.
I almost had a heart attack.
Michael received a letter from the father he had never known.
As you probably know, Jen is your little sister.
Oh my gosh!
This really means a lot to me.
But Michael's Four Horsemen alliance turned against him.
Why would you hold that in until after the head of household?
And Michael had to choose between the horseman and his sister.
It changes some things in the game a little bit.
But a plan was forming to break up the power in the house.
We're trying to get the honest people.
The house guests gathered for their first nomination ceremony.
Well, it's obvious I nominated you, Mike, and you, Nokomis.
And Jace lashed out at Mike.
You're the godfather. I heard that you were trying to create alliances.
While Jennifer's low-key strategy worked against her.
Nokomis, I nominated you because we haven't had a chance to really get to know each other all.
Tension mounts in the house.
Quit following me. I'm walking away.
As the first house guests for eviction, Mike and Jennifer await their fate.
Nothing in this game is for sure.
The Four Horsemen assure Jennifer that she is safe.
You got everybody's vote, trust me.
Mike knows he is the true target of the alliance.
You put me up because I'm the only one in here that realizes what a team you two are.
And tries to rally the others against Scott and Jace.
I'm just telling you that's the way it's going to play out.
But the rest of the house guests were wary.
You can't even talk to him because then your label is maybe the next, victim.
Newly found siblings Michael and Jennifer kept a low profile.
I don't spend that much time with you, so they don't think you and I have a alliance.
And Diane and Adria tried to form a girl power alliance.
It's like chess. You gotta look one move ahead.
Because of a new twist, only 6 house guests competed for the golden power of veto.
I need the veto like right now.
Mike made a valiant effort to get himself off the chopping block.
We're all sitting here freaking out like, man, Mike's the hula hoop champion of Michigan.
But ultimately lost to Scott. Scott held true to his alliance.
Okay, I choose not to use the
House.
Just call a spade a spade.
As Mike rallied the house guests against Scott and Jace.
Am I the only one in here that sees this or what?
I definitely see it.
Michael and his newly discovered sister Jennifer put their relationship on hold.
We know it. We share the same father. Now we've got to go on and like it don't bother us.
Jennifer, Diane, and Adria's girl power alliance remained secret.
The girls are going to get together and take this house over. See ya.
While Holly and Jace grew close.
Little bird, do you want your little food?
They're so annoying.
The Four Horsemen proved their power as they took out their first victim.
Mike, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
See you, Mike.
In the head of household competition, the majority ruled.
Congratulations, Marvin. You are the new head of household.
Project DNA continued.
All right, wish us luck.
Good luck.
As identical twins Adria and Natalie switched places for the 4th time.
Love you. Be good.
And panic spread.
I think Lori's sweating it. I think possibly Diane's sweating it. Holly's kind of sweating it.
Marvin might do anything.
The four horsemen began a temporary alliance with Marvin.
I didn't want to say it. I appreciate what you
down
looked out for me last week.
Jump straight out.
While Lori, Will, and Karen felt their alliance was in jeopardy.
These boys in the house, they really are going to try to work a number over on Marvin.
I can't lose you.
Twins Adria and Natalie pulled off another switch, and the house guests were none the wiser.
What town is it? Illinois.
Decatur, Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, Decatur. I'm glad that we've gotten this far. It does get harder and harder every time.
The four horsemen thought they called the shots.
The four horsemen control everything in this house.
If you put Karen up, we can persuade Holly, and that's 5.
But not everyone fell in line.
We're going to really need your vote.
I don't know if I will.
At the nomination ceremony, Lori and Holly were put up for eviction, pitting the horsemen against the girls' alliance.
If you leave now, you'll still make more than most people if they make it to the top 3. Holly, I thought Jace was one of the strongest players in the game, and to exert the type of influence you had over him, charming and witty.
Believe that I did get nominated because I think it all started day one, taking the money.
But Lori's allies, Will and Karen, schemed to save her.
I do like her a lot, and I don't want her to go.
What we're doing right now is called Operation Security Blanket. We're going to hopefully lull them into this false sense of security and then rip it right out from under their ignorant feet.
But their plan was derailed when one of the four horsemen snagged the power of veto.
And the power of the golden veto goes to Jace. Good job, baby.
At the veto ceremony, Jace followed his heart.
I choose to remove you from the block, Holly, and keep you safe.
Jace really pissed me off today by vetoing my nomination, because that's the reason I put her up on the block, because I want her out the house.
Forcing Marvin to nominate a new house guest.
And that will be Karen.
Pitting friend against friend. Meanwhile, Adria's secret remained undiscovered.
Howdy.
And the pressure of the game caused tempers to flare.
We were having a discussion before you came in here.
I usually don't like the trailer trash.
This game's getting ugly. I'm about to get real ugly myself.
If I am here next week, I will sweat blood to win that HOH.
Nominees Lori and Karen fought hard to stay in the house.
I don't want to, leave.
God, I want to go home second.
No, you won't.
Twins Adria and Natalie switched places for the 6th time.
Then you just let the strategy come to you. We can do this.
Putting Adria back into circulation and continuing to fool the other house guests. Lori, Karen, and Will's alliance suffered a major blow when the eviction votes were announced.
Karen, you are safe. Lori, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
With the house divided, everyone set their sights on the head of household competition.
Congratulations, Drew. You are the new head of household.
In the end, the four horsemen continued to ride strong. Will they maintain their domination of the house? Solidifying the four horsemen's grip on power.
We're going to take out whoever we want to take out.
It feels like they're so encompassing.
But Drew was plagued with doubt.
I think that he wants to do what he thinks is going to be best for him in the game, and that makes me a little bit more confident.
Jealousy over Holly erupted between Scott and Jace.
I'm not used to having another guy get the attention.
Yeah, I could hear everything that was being said.
While Drew and Diane grew closer.
I just want you to know, I do have, a little bit of feelings for you.
Diane urged Drew to knock off her nemesis.
I think Holly sucks.
I trust you a lot more than I trust Holly.
And tension escalated as Drew debated whom to nominate for eviction.
You can totally control Diane.
Oh, Marvin and Diane.
After putting a member of the Girls Alliance on the chopping block,
Nokomis, I've nominated you because of your friendships in the house.
Drew startled the house by nominating Jace's bedmate, Holly.
Your ability to change people's minds poses a threat to, I think, everybody in this game. Holly is an ally.
I was completely surprised by the nominations of Holly and Nokomis.
Real
put up our ally. He's an idiot.
Feeling betrayed, Scott and Jace confronted Drew.
Lock the door, homie.
What are you talking about?
Why'd you surprise us?
Come on, sorry. Don't start that.
With the horsemen struggling to get back on track, Jace made a promise to Holly.
I'm gonna win it because I'm not letting you go.
While Drew found comfort in Diane.
You can trust me with your heart and everything else.
In another blow to the horsemen, Nokomis won the golden power of veto and put them on the offensive. And when secrets were revealed...
She will betray you in 1 second. I never said names of anything. I said you're not dumb and neither are we.
Battle lines were drawn.
You just busted out your whole alliance. It's on!
Believing Marvin to take her place on the nomination block, Nokomis assured her own safety.
I choose to use the power of veto to remove myself from the block.
And put another difficult decision in Drew's hands.
I choose to nominate Adria.
While Jackass, Jace, and Scott are still in the house, then the rest of us are nothing but little roaches for them to stay.
Holly and Adria were nominated for eviction.
I don't want anybody to see me cry.
In desperation, Adria campaigned to save herself.
And I'm not talking to nobody else, Michael. I'm not.
While Holly felt safe in Jace's arms.
See how it all goes down.
But when the horsemen saw Jace kiss Holly,
He kissed her?
they became threatened by their romantic relationship.
Jace is completely blinded by Holly.
You're with us like 5 minutes all day, and you're with her 24/7, dude.
Causing the horsemen to turn on Jace.
Because you talked about me behind my back and said I don't have any... You looked at me like I stuck a dagger in your heart, man.
Adria worried about her fate in the house.
It's crucial that I survive this eviction so that Natalie and I can both enter the house next week.
And in a shocking turn of events,
By a vote of 7-1, Holly, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
the house guests faced off in the most important head of household competition yet.
If we don't win HOH, you know, it's inevitable that one of the 4 horsemen will be gone.
2 alliances struggled for control of the house.
I need it. My team needs it.
And neither was going down without a fight.
Well, come on. You're on the line.
There's no way I'm quitting.
But when I want something, I get it.
In the end, Diane and Jace were the last 2 standing.
Been on the block for 5 hours.
I didn't go to survival school to let some chick beat me at this game.
But after 9.5 grueling hours, the girls' alliance prevailed.
I'm the new head of household.
And the boys panicked.
One of us are on the block and that's supposed goodbye.
They've treated everybody so badly.
Here, kiss that.
Twins, Natalie and Adria's secret, remained safe.
I'm 1 week away from my goal to bring in Natalie in this house with me.
While the horsemen were vulnerable for the first time.
If you're a guy not sleeping in Diane's bed, you're kind of worried right now, and luckily I'm the guy sleeping in her bed.
At the nomination ceremony, Diane stood her ground and dealt a major blow to the Horseman Alliance.
Obviously, Jace and Scott, I nominated you 2. I had to put 2 of our top guys up on the block today.
And set her sights on Jace.
Jace will be leaving this house Thursday.
Diane has a personal vendetta against Jace.
But Jace smashed Diane's master plan by winning the golden power of veto.
I choose to use the golden power of veto to save myself.
With her plan crushed, Diane was forced to nominate another house guest.
Marvin, please have a seat.
Making the horsemen feel powerful again.
So it ain't over yet, fellas, until I drop over dead. Hey, thanks for saying that, man.
Meanwhile, the twins switched places for the 10th time as they got closer to their goal of entering the house together. Scott and Marvin were nominated for eviction.
I know Scott's got votes from the horsemen.
While Marvin tried to save himself.
I'm fighting back, baby.
You keep me in the game, well, I owe you another favor.
The horsemen struggled to call in favors.
Yeah, I saved Adria's ass last night.
And Adria was pulled in both directions.
No, I'm telling you, you don't understand. Around his house is like freaking insane.
The Girls Alliance doubted Adria's loyalty.
I don't know what's going on right now. A's changing her mind about wanting Scott in or out.
But when the vote was announced...
By a vote of 4-3, Scott, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
The Horseman Alliance was shattered.
Got 1 week left, brother.
He needed out of this game to destroy the spirits of the rest of his little posse on his side, and that's exactly what it did.
And Adria took the heat.
You're the hardcore liar.
You want to sit here and like pinpoint me?
Hey, you all against me now, fine.
The second stunning twist of Project DNA was finally revealed.
One of your housemates has been playing this game with an identical twin.
It's Holly.
What?
Still reeling from the twist, the house guests competed for head of household.
Congratulations, Jennifer. You are the new head of household.
Outnumbered and out of power, the horsemen fell apart.
They're gonna take us out one-on-one. We're in trouble.
And Drew and Marvin ditched Jace for the girls' alliance.
I'm waiting for the anvil to fall out of the sky and just take me out.
Nokomis hatched the Six-Finger Plan, a top-secret scheme to eliminate Jace.
The head of household places up 2 decoy nominees from her own alliance,
Ultimately planning to use the veto to put Jace on the block.
I'm a mastermind.
At the nomination ceremony, only Jace was surprised.
I've selected you, Diane, and you, Marvin.
And he took the bait.
Give me a hug.
Nominating 2 decoys from her own alliance allowed Jennifer and her side to control the veto.
The golden power of veto goes to Drew!
With a horseman holding the veto, Jace believed he was still in the game. But at the veto meeting, Drew went along with the girls' plan.
I'd like to give it to lovely Diane.
Betraying his former ally, Jace.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you up on the block next to Marvin.
Poor little JC Pooh. I think that for the first time at this game, he has felt helpless.
And Jace sought revenge.
I'm gonna try to dismantle Drew and Diane's little summer romance. I just feel really betrayed by you, brother.
New factions were formed.
Together now.
Twins rule the world.
As Jace tried his hand at reverse psychology in a desperate attempt to save himself.
Vote me to go. Will you promise me you'll vote me out?
But when the votes were tallied,
Jace, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Jace was gone, and Michael realized it was the end of an alliance.
I took your word as a man.
The remaining house guests fought for head of household, and a twin took the prize.
Adria, you are the new head of household.
With Adria, you never know what she's going to do. Any one of us could be in danger.
Diane Adria to betray their alliance with Karen, Will, and Nokomis.
Sure, we were an alliance in the beginning, but I know that you're not scared of them.
And a lone horseman was out to avenge Jace.
It could be sweet revenge if I could take Drew out of this house.
Karen, Nokomis, and Will began to fear the twins' secret meetings.
Well, I guess all bets are off today.
I have a feeling that we could be seeing the next Jace brewing inside the head of household room.
Their fears were realized at the nomination ceremony.
Of course, you all can see now that I have nominated Will and Marvin.
While Will's nomination astounded his allies,
It kind of makes you wonder who your allies are.
Marvin went on the block for the 3rd time in a row.
She's a spineless, jellyfish, gutless woman. How you pick me and you got people who got alliances and I ain't got nobody?
And angered her alliance.
Why? Why Will?
Well, I guess all bets are off with the Dane.
There is no Dane.
As the alliance crumbled, Diane played both sides.
You're deceiving every single person in this house. I'm thinking one of them might have to be that.
Meanwhile, her relationship with Drew blossomed.
In the real world, I would probably think that he was my boyfriend.
At the veto competition, Adria continued her winning streak.
Adria, you are the winner of the veto competition. This whole week is going to be all about Adria.
And she hoped to strike a deal.
Just think about where you are and think about what opportunities that you have.
I ain't begging for no veto.
All right, well, enjoyed our conversation.
Frustrated, Adria went on the offensive.
If it comes down to a tie, I think that would be awesome because I actually would like to be the one who makes the decision as to which one goes.
But at the veto meeting, both Marvin and Will stood strong, and Adria showed no mercy.
I have chosen not to exercise the power of veto today.
Who will be?
The house is kind of divided itself into two divisions. The first division, which is my team, is myself, Natalie, Drew, Diane, and then also I've picked up Cowboy. Then the other side of the house is Nokomis, Karen, and Will, with Marvin standing there out.
And though Diane had been secretly playing both sides,
I'm on their side, and I think it needs to stay that way.
her paranoia of the twins was taking its toll.
I can't do it anymore. I can't be stuck in between two girls.
Causing Drew to question their relationship.
Am I gonna be attracted to this girl after she turns against me? No.
At the eviction ceremony, the house was divided.
House guests, we have a tie.
And though Michael and Drew had both voted to evict Will, Adria took the heat when she was forced to break the tie.
Choose to evict Will.
Will was livid.
She and her sister, they've both taken themselves to such a low level of gameplay.
After a tense head of household competition, Nokomis won the power for the second time.
Nokomis, you are the new...
This week, I plan on making enemies.
This one's for Will.
A pinky promise made by Adria to never vote against Will came back to haunt her.
She made a pinky swear. She broke the pinky swear.
And Nokomis went on the offensive.
Why did you decide on Will to leave? Did you vote for Will to stay or did you vote for him to leave?
The twins scrambled to save themselves.
I already knew that he was going to be coming back at me. When I asked Will, he says, I definitely cannot tell you that he would keep you safe in any way.
At the nomination ceremony, revenge was served as Adria and Natalie were nominated for eviction.
I stayed true to my promises, and that's why you're up here. Direct promise that we've made with each other.
After denying any blame,
I ain't never had no pinky swear with Will. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out.
The twins campaigned for support.
I made a commitment to people.
To what? To not be committed to who you are committed to who you're committed to?
But at the veto competition, Adria succeeded on her own.
Congratulations, Adria. You are the winner of the Golden Power of Veto.
And she was left with a heart-wrenching decision to save herself or her sister from the chopping block.
I want you to save you.
At the veto meeting, Adria made her choice.
I will make a decision now to use the power on myself and save myself in this game.
Forcing Nokomis to make a difficult decision.
I chose to nominate you, Cowboy.
Betraying a promise to her own brother.
We gave each other our word that we wouldn't put each...
Natalie and Michael were nominated for eviction.
Oh, we're just a bunch of sad puppies.
We have hearts.
Michael felt betrayed by his half-sister Nokomis.
We gave each other our word that we wouldn't put each other up.
While Natalie campaigned for votes.
Think about who has your back, really.
Right.
Drew was swayed by Natalie's logic.
You ready, Cowboy?
Obviously, the twins have got to you.
But when the vote was announced,
Natalie, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Drew had voted with the majority.
I vote to evict Natalie.
God bless you all.
And in the head of household competition, the house guests were one stroke away from power.
Congratulations, Marvin. You are the new...
Causing anxiety throughout the house.
I have a bad feeling.
Just a funny feeling.
Marvin made a pact with Diane.
You safe for this week. I just want your assurance that if you win 8 weeks next week, I get a pass.
I promise you.
Okay.
Upsetting her allies.
It sounds like Diane made a deal with Marvin.
She's playing with fire, Nick.
At the nomination ceremony, Marvin kept his word to Diane.
I nominated Adria, and I nominated Michael Cowboy.
At the veto competition, Karen iced her opponents.
I knew my time would come.
Adria pressured Karen to save her with the power of veto.
I need somebody to step up to the plate.
But at the veto meeting, Adria's hopes were dashed. Marvin kissed Diane in an attempt to sabotage her relationship with Drew.
Swore like kiss.
Testing their trust.
Might as well not dig yourself a deeper hole.
I don't even know what to say. I have no words.
Adria and Michael were nominated for eviction.
I could vomit.
And Adria's campaign for votes.
I'd rather see someone like you be sitting there at the end than to sit back and let other people run this game for you.
Turned her into an outcast. When the vote was revealed, the house was united.
By a unanimous vote, Adria, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
But Adria reminded the house guests of the power the twins still held.
I'm on the jury, and so this week I learned a lot about who I do and don't want to vote for now, so.
A chemical reaction created a new head of household.
Congratulations, Drew. You are the new head of household.
And this week's shocking twist was announced.
In less than 48 hours, another house guest will be evicted.
Drew shocked the house by nominating Marvin and Diane for eviction.
Some of the people in this game, sometimes you can't trust them.
And Diane was heartbroken that her bedmate had turned against her.
You don't trust me. Basically, that's the only words that I heard.
But Drew revealed it was all part of his secret plan.
Hopefully by doing this, makes you and I not look as close.
Knowing the house wanted Marvin out.
For like everybody's sanity, I just can't handle Marvin.
Right.
Diane made a promise.
I want everybody bleeding for that veto tomorrow.
I mean, I'll fight for it, but I won't use it. I promise. I promise.
But when Diane won the power of veto, she wasn't prepared to trust her alliance.
I choose to save myself.
And one of her allies went up in her place.
I'd like to put Nokomis up on the block.
Raising doubt whether Diane could be trusted at all.
Diane said if I win the veto, I will not use it.
The eviction went as planned.
Marvin, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
And for the third time, Nokomis took control.
Congratulations, Nokomis. You are the new head of...
Forcing her to make a difficult choice.
She's got a hard decision to make. Do I choose my alliance or do I choose my long-lost brother?
At the nomination ceremony, Nokomis made her decision clear.
I nominated Michael and Drew for eviction.
But she made a promise to her brother.
I just want to tell you that if it does come to a tie, you won't leave.
Diane feared that Nokomis and Karen's loyalty was only to each other.
I don't have a commitment with Diane.
So she joined forces with the boys.
I will try my best to keep both of you here.
I would love you forever.
In the veto competition, Michael, Drew, and Diane worked together to keep their plan on track.
Your veto once again.
At the veto ceremony, Diane betrayed Karen and Nokomis.
I do choose to exercise the power of my veto, and I choose to save you, Drew.
Forcing Karen onto the block.
Diane has lied so many times in this game.
Diane devised a plan to get rid of Karen.
We can tell Karen exactly what she needs to hear, and she'll have 1 minute to realize that just changed.
Karen questioned Diane's loyalty.
She made a commitment to me.
Not unanimous, then it's going to be a tie, and she's going to break the tie.
And when the vote was announced,
by unanimous vote, Karen, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Diane and Drew sent Karen packing.
Thanks for backdooring me. That was great.
Me and her never verbally made any promises to each other. Your pinky is the only pinky I touch.
In the head of household competition, the house guests were one step away from power.
Congratulations, Drew. You are the new head of household.
It's down to the
This is a game. We're getting down to the end of it.
Diane, Michael, and Drew strategized on how to ensure Nokomis' eviction.
I just don't want her to feel like she's being backdoored, because she's not.
She's not being backdoored.
But Diane worried about breaking her pinky swear promise to Nokomis.
If I'm on the block tomorrow right next to Nokomis, then I obviously can't vote Nokomis out of this game, and in the process not break any promises with her.
At the nomination ceremony, everything went according to plan.
Yeah, obviously I've nominated you, Nokomis, and you, Diane. And this is where personal and game separate.
Final golden veto would decide who stayed and who was evicted.
Everything rests on the veto this week.
At the veto competition, Michael surprised his opponents.
Michael is the winner.
Putting all the power in his hands.
I'm gonna have to choose A, my sister, or B, a friend.
Nokomis scrambled to save herself.
I would take you to the end. Blood is thicker than water.
Diane also campaigned for Cowboy's vote.
You would take me to the final two if you win next week.
Yeah.
At the veto meeting, Michael made his decision.
I am a man of my word, and I do choose to use the veto to save you, Diane.
Crushing his sister's hopes of winning $500,000.
See y'all on the outside.
Pitting himself against Drew and Diane in the final three. Drew prevailed as the ultimate head of household,
Congratulations, Drew.
forcing him to make a difficult choice.
I got to choose between a girlfriend and a best friend. At this time, I choose to evict you, Diane.
Now, only Drew and Michael remain.
2 horsemen and the final 2, baby.
Drew, congratulations. You are the official winner of Big Brother 5, Drew. Guys, you both have a few people outside who would like to see you. Drew and Michael, come on out of the house.